Hey everybody, welcome back to another business analysis video to the new year 2025. Happy New Year everybody. Hope you've had a nice Christmas break as well as a lovely New Year celebration. But let's be serious this year 2025 so that we can make this year our best year yet. Whatever it is you want to achieve this year or the next few years down the line, let's start making plans so that we can take our goals seriously. All right, let's do it. Now, for anybody that's just joining us for the first time, my name is Pippa. I'm a business analyst with over a decade of experience in business analysis field, and I share knowledge about business analysis and the business analyst lifestyle. In today's video, we're going to be creating our vision for the year so that we can take things seriously and start to achieve our goals and dreams. Now, before we start, please get a notebook and a pen so that you can take notes of all the things I'm going to talk about today. In my last video, I did a reflection in the last year, right? It's always good to do a reflection so that you can start to look at the things that you achieved, whatever surprises you had, how they made you feel, and work towards the things that you want going forward, right? Makes sense? Makes sense. Now, in that last video that I talked about, a couple of you mentioned that you would like the template for my vision book because I talked about my vision book and how I achieved what I define as success for myself, not for you, for myself. Through creating a vision book that I can look through to reach my goals, right? And somebody also asked for a financial plan template, which I'll also try to incorporate in the vision book. But what exactly am I talking about? What is a vision book? What is a vision book? A vision book is a tool that you can use to visualize your goals, right? It's also a good tool to help you clarify your desires and stay focused on what you want to achieve in life, not just in 1 year, in life, right? So in today's video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step guide on how to create your vision book. And as always, I will also give you some personal stories like I do so that you can sort of relate, maybe you relate, and so that you can also feel motivated because like I always say, I only have one head. You also have one head, right? So if I can do these things, what are you doing? You can do it as well. You can do it as well. Now, let me quickly tell you the story before I walk through the guide to help you create your vision. Right, so just thinking of the things that drive me, right? So before creating your vision book, you want to sit down, right? Think about the past. Think about things you've achieved, like I mentioned, how they made you feel, and how you can begin to work towards the thing that you haven't achieved, right? And how it will make you feel going forward in the future. So that question is, the first question you want to ask is, what drives me? What makes me feel accomplished, right? What makes me feel successful, right? So I want you to gather your thoughts in that way. So going to my example, like I mentioned, I was going to tell a story. I'll give you 2 examples of my goals, right? One of which was to finish my degree and wear my graduation gown, wear my graduation hat, and hold my certificate and take a picture. That was one goal. Why was that my goal? In doing my preparation to discover what drives me, right? This is how I start to uncover why I do the things that I do and why they are important to me as opposed to why they're important to other people. Because other people's dreams and achievements are not yours, okay? So you want to really make sure that whatever you write as your vision is yours, is nobody else's. It hasn't been influenced by somebody else, all right? Right, so why did I want to wear my gown, wear my hat, and hold my certificate? When I was a child, when I was a young girl, my grandma would bring pictures of my cousins after they've graduated university. and she was so proud of them. She was so proud of them and had the pictures in the house and everything. And because of that, I was like, one day, there's hair in my mouth. I was like, one day, me too. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make my grandma proud, and I'm going to wear my gown, my hat, and hold my certificates, right? I didn't exactly know the reason why, being a child, but that had always been something that I wanted to do. And even though some of you know my story that I dropped out of university to have my son, I went back because I will still want to wear that my gown. I still want to wear that gown. Another part of my goal was to own real estate. I haven't reached there yet, right? I want to own houses upon houses. I currently only have my one house, which is where we live, but it has always been my dream to buy houses. Why is that? Because growing up, also a bunch of family members, my granddad, my dad, my aunties and uncles, my big cousins, my big siblings, all had houses. My granddad had estates of houses. So to me, that was a definition of success for me. Now, everybody has different definition of success for themselves, right? So what makes me, what I define as success could be something different for you. Okay, so these are just two examples of my goals. Why am I telling you this? I want you to sit down and write down 10 goals, 10 things that you would like to achieve. It doesn't have to be for this year, it can be somewhere down the line, maybe for the next 1 to 5 years. I want you to write them down. It doesn't also have to be in the order that you want them to happen. Just write down 10 things that you would like. Example, like I gave, you want to buy a house, maybe. Maybe you want to have children. Maybe you want to work on your health by doing more exercises. Maybe you want to join the gym, right? Maybe you want to travel more. You want to explore various countries, learn different cultures, broaden your mindset. Maybe you also want to spend more time with your family. Maybe you want to do some courses to enhance your learning and grow in your career, right? There's so many things you can write down, right? Maybe you want to buy things. Maybe you want to buy plants. Maybe you want to learn to play a musical instrument. Whatever it is, write them down. 10 things. If it's more, feel free to write it down as well. But I kind of want you to pace yourself so that you don't get overwhelmed. So that's why I said just write down 10 things. I will wait for you. Okay, so have you written it down? I don't know if I talked about the definition of a vision book. Yes, I did. Now that you've written it down, I want you to gather your supplies, which is step one to creating your vision book. How to create your vision book, right? You want to gather your supplies, whether it's a notebook, a journal, a scrapbook. Bring it. Choose one that feels inspiring and personal to you. You can also grab a big board that you want to paste on the wall. Grab that. You also need pens, markers, highlighters. You also need magazines or printed images, things that align with the 10 things that you've written down. Maybe a picture of somebody playing guitar if you want to learn to play the guitar. Maybe a picture of the Eiffel Tower if you want to travel to France at some point, right? Maybe a picture of a wedding dress if you want to get married, if you want to have a big wedding party. That was also one of my goals, right? So find pictures that inspire you, that make you feel happy, right? Maybe get some glue or tape or stapler that you can use to stick on your scrapbook or your vision book or vision board. As optional, maybe get some stickers. I love stickers. Maybe stickers that have inspiring words that this is it, this is my year, 2025, right? All those various sort of things. Maybe some tape or any other decorative materials. That's what you want to do. Now, you've gathered all these things. I didn't talk about the different methods of creating your vision book. I think there are 3 methods. I don't know if there is more, but there is the vision book creation using a scrapbook, a book. There is the vision board, using the board, and then there's the digital method. There are various digital materials available online if you are a more digital person. I'm more of writing and drawing person. Right, I'm not really as much as I'm a business analyst. I still enjoy using my hands in the old-fashioned way. You can also use Pinterest to create your vision board, and I'll show you some snips of that as well. So I'm going to show you an example of a vision book, one that I've had for many years, one of my own vision book. Which part do I want to show? Which part am I comfortable showing? Right. So what you want to do next is to define your key life areas. Step 2. Define key life areas. What do I mean by that? You want to break your vision book or your vision board into sections that cover all aspects of your life, right? So some key areas could be family and relationships, career and professional growth, finance, very important, health and well-being, personal growth, fun, hobbies and adventures, giving back. It's good to give back, and spirituality. So I've separated mine into 8 areas, right? 8 key areas that I want to focus on. Now, I want to show you a real life example, giving you my own vision book that I created many years ago, right? And when I talked about stickers, oh my God, I have a bunch of papers inside. When I talked about stickers, I meant something that probably says something like, my dreams are on their way to me, right? And what really inspires me to do the things that I do is my son, being a parent. So I have a picture on my front page. I have a picture of my son, me and my son. And then I have things that say, I am successful at everything I do. I am living in total prosperity. I am wealthy, abundant, and prosperous. I am divinely guided in all that I do. I've just written a lot of I am statements just to put me in that state of positivity. This vision book is a long time ago. Now, what I have in my second page is like space to just write. I like to write, pages to just write things. And I also have some stickers on there that says, money flows to me quickly, easily, and abundantly. Now, in the first section, these ones don't really apply that much, but there's a section where I've written about is it personal growth, career and professional growth. So I have a sticker here of the various modules for doing the business analysis diploma, right? So there are so many pages in here, and I've also left spaces for writing, taking notes, because as I achieve these things at the time frame that I have written down, I go back to reflect and see, okay, what are the things that I did to achieve it? Did I achieve it? How can I actually achieve it if I haven't? At one point, I was a yoga teacher, and these are the poses that I wanted to be able to do. So when you have these pictures, it places you in a place of happiness, of positivity, to see that you can actually achieve them. Let me show you another one. This one, I wrote down, I put down a picture of a laptop because I didn't have a laptop at the time, a picture of a house, a picture of a Mini Cooper. I'd always wanted a Mini Cooper. I changed my mind down the line anyway. I wanted a pet dog. And these are the pictures that I used. Right? So, anyhow you feel like you want to do it, do it. Anyhow you feel like you want to stick these things either on the book or on the wall, please do it. So going back to defining your key life areas for family and relationship, maybe you want to spend more time by strengthening your bonds with your loved ones, right? Maybe building traditions or resolving conflicts, things like that. For example, maybe you want to start having monthly meetups with your family. This is what I do with my family, my siblings, my nephews and nieces. Maybe you want to plan a holiday with your spouse and your children. Write it down, find pictures, and stick them in your vision book, your vision board, or online, right? And the tool that I use online is Pinterest. For career and professional growth, maybe things like promotions, certifications, skill development, or career transitions. For example, maybe you want to get certified as a business analyst. Maybe you want to do your diploma, write it down. For finance, think about your savings goals, your investments, any debt repayment you want to make, or increasing your income streams. These are areas of finance that you can focus on. So, for example, maybe you want to save £10,000, £20,000 for a house deposit, or maybe you want to start a side business, right? So, these are things that you first initially write as your high level goals. You don't know how you get there, right? Just write it down, get the pictures, stick them on the book, stick them on the board, right? But make sure they are divided into the areas that are specific. Like I've mentioned, these 8 key areas that I think you can use, right, to start off. Now, for step 3 is to set SMART goals. Now, you've written down these 10 things that you want to be able to achieve. But you want to set SMART goals for each area. Make sure the goals are specific. You want to clearly define each of those goals, right? Make sure that they are measurable, that they can be tracked, right? Make sure that they are realistic. Make sure that they are realistic. Don't write something like, oh, I want to make 5 million in the next 2 months. It don't make sense, so it don't make sense. Maybe there are people that do it, that can do it, but they've reached a level on the ladder, right? So, like I mentioned, try to be realistic in the goals that you want to achieve. Make sure they're aligned with your values, not other people's values. Because somebody is buying Chanel bag and carrying Chanel bag all over the place does not mean that you also need a Chanel bag, right? Because somebody earns 5,000 a month and you earn 5,000 a month, but you have various responsibilities, but you can see this person spending and traveling, going on holidays, but your 5,000 is not reaching because you have a lot of responsibilities, right? So make sure they align with your values. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd. And finally, time bound. Make sure you have a deadline. Make sure you have a deadline for each of these goals. Right, so what I've written is for my goals at the time for doing my BA diploma, I wrote down that I want to complete all of them in 1 year. I think I did my first one in 2015. I did 2 in 2017. I did 1 in 2018 or 2019, right? So as much as you might have these goals defined and time bound, through various other things that may come up, circumstances, you might not actually achieve them, but you will always have them at the back of your mind that I wrote this thing down, I want to do it, and you continuously put in the time, put in the effort to reach those goals, right? Step 4, add visuals. Like I mentioned, use those images, drawings, symbols that represent your goals. Include affirmations and inspirational quotes, like I've showed you my personal one. So, for example, for a travel goal, paste pictures of the destinations you want to visit and when you want to reach there. I'm having a question in my head right now, and you probably are as well. All these goals, some of them are finance related. How are you going to afford the travel? How are you going to afford the house? How are you going to start saving for your deposit, right? How are you going to start saving for the holidays? Maybe you don't have the money. Don't think about how for now. Your vision book is for you to just write everything and think about how later, which I'll help you to reach there. Step 5, break goals into actionable steps, right? Add a plan of action section for each goal. It's like doing a most analysis. Writing down your mission, your objectives, your strategy, and then your tactics. What are the things that I will do in order to reach these goals? This is where I'll talk about the financial impact on your goals. Any large goals, break them into smaller tasks. For example, for a saving goal, maybe you want to save 10,000 rainy day savings by the end of the year. Plan your monthly deposits, right? How much do you have to save every month to reach that £10,000 goal by the end of the year to save, right? Write it down. Okay, in order for me to make 10,000, this is how much I need to save. In order for me to save this amount, this is how much I need to earn. In order for me to earn this amount, this is what I need to do. I need to do the courses. I need to do the certifications. I need to fix up my CV. I need to practice for the interviews. I need to go for the interviews. And when I secure the job, I make sure that I start saving towards my goals, right? Hope that makes sense. Step 6, reflect and adjust. Vision books are there to be flexible. They are your own vision. They're nobody else's, right? So include pages for monthly and quarterly reflections. Maybe even weekly reflections. I used to do mine weekly. And look through what progress have you made? What challenges did you face in reaching those progress? Like I gave an example, I didn't do all my certification in the 1 year that I had planned. What were my challenges then? Write them down. And then what adjustments can you make? That's the third question you ask when you're doing your reflection and adjustments, right? Step 7, keep it visible and personal. It's yours. Now, the main reason why I don't do vision boards is because it's visible to other people. I have family and friends visiting my house. I don't want anybody coming to my office and see my vision book and putting negative energy on it, right? The universe is very powerful, right? So you don't want anybody to bring any negative energy onto your dreams and your goals or to talk you out of things. Oh, you want to travel to Paris, France. You can't do it. You don't have the money. You don't seem like somebody that is a traveler, and they start bringing you down, and then you feel like, oh, actually, that's true, I can't do it. Example for you. Before I bought my house, I have a 3-bed house with office, right? With 2 living rooms, right? With a beautiful kitchen and a beautiful garden. Before I bought the house, maybe 5-6 years before I bought the house, I spoke to a family member of mine and I said to the person that I want to buy a 3-bed house. And the person told me, nah, you can't do it. You have to buy a small flat first, right? Imagine how that brought my spirit down. Like, oh, actually, even the person I was talking to didn't have a house. They started by owning a flat first. So the person told me that as a new investor in a property, you can't start by buying a big house. You have to buy a small one and grow. And I was like, nah, I can do it. So don't let anybody bring down your dreams and your goals. Revisit your vision book regularly to remind yourself about your goals, because sometimes you might forget and get carried away and buy a Chanel bag instead of saving the money to reach your £10,000 goal, right? For your rainy day savings. Keep it private, right? Keep it private. But you can also share it with trusted accountability partners, maybe your significant other, your best friend, or somebody else that is also doing a vision book. Keep the positivity within. Don't bring any negative energy inside. You don't want tsunami, right? It's just about you. So these are the 7 key steps to creating your vision book. And I hope that the examples that I've given have helped, showing you my vision book and showing you the Pinterest. So on Pinterest, how you want to do it is, again, find pictures of all the various things that you want to achieve. On my Pinterest, I had a section for all the various yoga poses that I wanted to be able to do. Once upon a time, I used to be a yoga teacher. Those are all the poses that I wanted to be able to do. Wedding, even before I found my partner, I had a Pinterest for my dream dress, how I want my hair to look, the shoe I want to wear, how I want the venue to look like. I didn't even think about marriage at the time. My own dream was just to have a wedding, a nice party, a nice reception. But yeah, so these are the 7 steps to help you to start to create your vision board. Now, I've talked to you about how to create a vision board, but I haven't talked to you about how to actually start to achieve your goals. I've given you a bit of tips on how to do it, but there are so many books that I read in the time that I created mine. One of the book that I read is the 12-week year, right? Read that book. It gives you a breakdown of splitting your goals for 12-week, right? So for instance, say you want to complete your one foundation certificate in business analysis in the next 3 months, right? You break it down into 12 weeks, because there are four weeks in a month, and write down on 12 weeks, for the next 12 weeks, what are the tactics, what are the tasks and steps you're going to take in order to pass your exam at the end of March. For instance, say you've booked your exam at the end of March, what do you want to do every day for the next 12 weeks so that you can pass your exam? It doesn't only have to be that one goal in the first 12 weeks. There are other things that you could add as well. And then once you've completed March, you work on your next goal, your 10 goals, your vision book. You work on it the next 12 weeks. What is the next thing on my priority? Because from writing those 10 things, you now want to pick out which is my priority. What is the first thing that I want to do? That could be your priority, but again, SMART goals, which is more achievable in the short term, right? So you then want to work towards those prioritized goals that you've written down or that you've put down on your picture or your vision book, right? That's another 12 week. Before you know, you've achieved, right, 3, 6, 9, 12, 4 to 8 goals in the year, because you have followed through your 12-week every 12-week year following the book, right? That's one of the book that I use. Another book that I use is Ask Why, right? That's another book. Let's see, do I have those books here? Yeah, there's so many books. Ask Why is also a good book to help you to uncover what drives you, right? There are so many other books. There was a documentary that I watched called The Secret. The Secret talks about the law of attraction and positive mindset, right? That also helped. There are so many other books. If you'd like me to sort of do a summary video of all the books that have helped me to achieve my goals of becoming a business analyst, becoming financially independent, buying my house, being able to spend money without worrying too much that I can't afford or that I will struggle, right? All these various things, starting my business, starting my membership platform, all these various things. There are so many books, and you also want to align with positivity. Whatever you're setting your mind to for this year, you just want to do it positively. Now I have a gift for you all. A template, a vision book template, a digital vision book template, which you can work on for yourself. If you'd like to access that vision book, click the link in description as well as in comment to gain access to the vision book. I know somebody talked about a financial goal template. I'm going to do that in my next video, right? So I'm taking everybody's requests and working on the videos that people actually find value in. But yeah, that's the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please remember that your vision book should reflect your personality and your aspirations. Whether it's minimalist type of vision book or is full of creative flair, it's your tool for growth and inspiration. So work on it. And I hope that this year is your best year yet. As always, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share this content. You never know who it might help. Till I see you in my next one. Peace.